All right, we're finally in our last few days of the course after about 2.5 months, and just wrapping things up with a reflection. Just going to talk about what we learned from the course and the different projects the groups worked on, etc. I'll start off by talking about the master list of websites. I thought this was a very valuable project that I can use in the future, not only for myself, but to share with my colleagues. There are so many apps that I just can't mention them all, but I will definitely try them out in the future. The Apps for Math project was as well very valuable with, as you can see, a number of different areas they touched on. I'm not a math teacher, but again, I will share this with the math teachers at our school, and I'm sure they'll find it very valuable. The the project that we worked on, I thought was well done. There's a lot of good information here as well. Edmodo I'm starting to use, explain everything, and Evernote are also great apps to try out. And if anybody wants to try, they're free. Uh, Great project on flipped classrooms. So if anybody's deciding to uh, do a flipped classroom, this information is very valuable and very well laid out. Um, you can't really go wrong if you follow the charts. The charts are very well done as well from PictoChart, I believe. Explore regions of Canada. To be honest, I didn't see this until the very end and skimmed through it. But what I saw was great information that I'm sure grade 4 students would find very interesting. The big project, individual project, I found I really got into this as I went. It really made me think of our future and of our world and what's happening in it. There are so many people that are hungry and in poverty situations that we really need to do something more. Um, and although I do give to our local charities for our food drive, our school has set up a food drive to help out with the charities. I don't think it's enough, and really would like to see this go bigger and better by getting my students involved in the future. Hopefully, maybe go globally with it, and see what happens. It's something that I'd really like to think more about and try out with my classes coming up in the next term. To be honest, when I first started this project, I didn't really know how this fit into the course and what to expect. But then the more I started reading about it and the more I started investigating in it, it really got to me and started making me think about what I could do more to help out this cause. So all the information that we come across for this course, I've already shared with my colleagues. I sent PDF files to them to hopefully for them to use and check out. I know some have already gotten back to me and have thanked me for all the information. We had a PD day on Friday, and part of the PD day was to set up carousels for uh, certain groups that were picked ahead of time and were asked to present on different things they use in their classrooms. Our time will come the next PD day, as this seemed to work very well. So the tech lads will be presenting, and I plan on uh, demonstrating a number of things. And we'll try to narrow down. There's so many things that I could choose now that I've learned all these different um, apps, learned how to use different apps and things like PictoCharts and Powtoons. Um, People have used Skype before, but maybe do a demonstration on Skype. How to screencast. I haven't seen too many screencasts from different teachers in our school. Uh, Really, it's endless on what we could do. So, in that way, this course really helped uh, just finding out new apps, new tech info, etc. And I guess that's what the course is all about. And I'm certainly using it as we speak, and I've already implemented a number of things into my course. And let's not forget about Twitter. I actually made a Twitter account years ago, and although I, followed a few people, I didn't really get into it that much, and honestly didn't really know the importance of it until this course. And I was a little skeptical at first when when we started covering Twitter, but again, as the course went on, I realized the importance of Twitter and the amount of context available, the amount of information that can be used, that can be found on Twitter, how to just stay up to date on daily and local happenings. I just think it's a great way to stay in contact with people, and I really plan on using this in the future as well. There are so many things I learned from this course that it's almost impossible to talk about everything. I think I did mention a number of things along the way. Um, but the important thing is to try and use them in my class. And like I said, I've already started using a few items. The big thing I would like to as well take from this course is the independent project that I worked on, and hopefully continue on with that and turn it into something bigger in the future. I know it'll be a lot of work, a lot of time and effort put into it, but it'd be worth it in the long run. I'm sure my students would love to work on something like this. I know when I did this short iMovie that was part of the project, I asked my students if they would be willing to give me a hand, and all of them said yes without a problem. And actually, these kids weren't even in my class at the time. It's just students I used to teach before, and were very acceptable to help me out. The group project. What can I say about the group project other than I did put a lot of time and effort into it? The final project or product I thought looked really well. The feedback I had from the other students was very positive. Unfortunately, the communication part and the chat part of the group project didn't really amount to anything. I can't really blame it on one thing. I know we lost a teammate, and that might have had something to do with early on. And looking back, I should have really taken more of a lead earlier. I did later on, but unfortunately, it was a little too late for the chat portion of the project, as the project needed to be handed in at a certain date. So that kind of fell apart. But again, I thought the final project was very well done. The independent project was, I think, the project I liked working on most. Um, at first, I had no idea even what the 17 sustainable goals were, and after doing more research on it, I got more into it, and I looked at all the different goals and picked the poverty and hunger issues going on in the world, and thought, that's actually something that I could help out with, and not only in our local area, but hopefully help out globally as well and get my students involved in it. Uh, there's just so many people out there that are starving and on poverty that we really should be able to do something about with the vast amount of foods available and the food wasted every day. It's almost a shame you know, to have this happen, and it can be unavoidable. It's just a matter of getting the word out and getting people to help out, and making people aware of the situation. I know personally I never really thought about it much before until I started doing this project, and now have opened my eyes up a lot more about what's going on and the bigger issue of poverty and hunger in this world. And so yeah, this project uh, means more to me, and hopefully I can get my students more involved in it. And the good thing about it is that because of this course, I've learned a number of ways that I can go with this globally and get other classes involved, and to help out with this whole issue. Um, anyway, that's what I thought about the independent project, and thank you for introducing that to us. So just to wrap things up, but first I just want to say I apologize for the voice, or my voice. I'm not great at speaking into the mic when there's nobody in front of me, so hopefully you can understand most of this. Rod, I just want to say thank you for delivering this course. It was very informative, very well laid out, and you are a very professional person. Definitely know your stuff, and I enjoyed learning from you. And maybe our paths will cross in the future. Who knows? Not sure what your plans are. It looks like you are retiring, so I hope you take full advantage of that. Get out in the golf course, and maybe we will meet. Hopefully, maybe on that golf course someday. So once again, thank you, and best of luck in the future.